Hey everyone, welcome back to B Studio, and today we're here with a brand new video for you guys. We're going to be talking about Heartland Season 15, Episode 2, and I'm here with my mom, Stacy. Thanks for joining me.
Hey guys.
So, yeah, I like this episode overall. It wasn't great. I think it had some parts. Lou was kind of, this episode, like, most of the time. But I think I liked it overall. I thought there was good character moments. I liked the stuff with Lisa. I liked the Amy and Sam and Tim trio there. I liked the Tim and Caleb stuff. So, yeah, what did you think of the episode?
Yeah, I think overall it was a really good episode, and I agree with you. I liked all those things. I also liked seeing Lou and Jessica, and kind of a flashback to how they were, and the kind of the jealousy and working through that. But yeah, and the Sam and Amy, I like that, and yeah, I thought overall it was a good episode.
Okay, so let's kind of just start with the whole Amy and Sam thing. Okay, so we've from last season. There's this wild stallion that was kicked out of its herd and it's staying in Sam's property. Well, a robber comes in, breaks into Sam's property, and steals the horse.
Or it gets loose.
Loose.
And then stolen, yeah.
And then so there's this whole other ranch that it ends up on. And then he gets stolen, getting ready to be taken to the airport. But then it was kind of and there was the scene on the highway that was pretty intense when they were trying to chase the car down. This guy was being kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, but he was being the greatest when he got his selfie in the baseball. But the horse wasn't on his trailer. But
Yeah.
of course, by the end, because it's Heartland, Amy's able to get her horse back. But what did you think of this storyline overall?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought Tim in that was classic Tim, just kind of bullying and getting his way. So at Sam's expense, and that was kind of funny.
Well, I'm already kind of seeing they might be setting it up for again, I don't fully know because I think we can talk about Amy and Sam, if they're going in a romantic way with them. But then it kind of reminded me of a father-in-law, son-in-law, him when teasing another, if that makes sense at all. You never know, but that's something I noticed maybe a little bit. So yeah, I think there was a good amount of suspense, and I think Amy has a lot of sympathy towards this horse, and really wanting it to be safe and everything. Wasn't the big fan of the steal play the stealing, and I guess the robberies are kind of interesting, but I didn't think I had to go to the point where it was stolen on a truck and then it wasn't on the truck. That was a little bit confusing to me. I didn't feel I don't know, maybe it's because there's a whole truck storyline in Riverdale that I didn't really like, and the fact that they were kind of bringing that into Heartland, I wasn't the biggest fan of. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's part of the show, I guess.
I get it's part of the story and they're
Yeah.
telling a story, but I thought that part was a little bit weird. And then Amy and Sam share this scene at the end where it's more like a whatever, maybe a possible friendship, which I don't know if they're. Do you think they might go there romantically, or do you think it'll just be a friend?
You know, I think if they do, it's not going to happen quick. I thought it was a touching moment where Sam kind of tried to brush it off as, oh, no big deal. But it really meant a lot to Amy that he took all of those horses, he bought them and saved them from what was going to happen to them. So, yeah, definitely a touching moment. We'll see where it goes, or if it goes anywhere.
Yeah. Okay, so we also have this thing with Lisa going on. She wants to buy this really nice looking horse, and she auctions $800,000 for it. And only to find out the horse has colic. And so he's sick, and now she's stressing out about it because Scott's trying to get the treatment. Shout out for Scott for being back. What did you think of that?
That was really cool. He definitely looked a lot different, but it was neat to see Scott back again.
It's been forever, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they'll do with his character, but maybe he'll be sticking around,
Yeah.
and hopefully he'll be sticking around. I don't know. I mean, I do feel like I'm not sure where they would place him, considering I feel like Ty was his closest like relationship with. So
Hmm.
unless they wanted to do the Lou and Scott route, although I doubt it, but yeah, you never know. I feel
Yeah.
like it's interesting if they want to keep him on the show where they would place his
Hmm.
character, because I feel like he's always kind of been like a
Hmm.
very side character. Because when he didn't have those dynamics of Ty and Lou, he didn't really have a
Yeah.
place. But so yeah, Lisa's stressing out about this horse being sick. She can't use it, obviously, trying to get treatment for it. And then on top of that, Amy and Lou have kind of been relying on her to babysit
Hmm.
now three kids.
Yeah.
And because there's this whole other babysitting storyline, which it was kind of cute. I mean, not the biggest fan, but I guess I thought my thoughts. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. But what did you think of this? Because Lisa, Amy, and Lou had a scene later on after Jack told them to stop relying on Lisa too much. What did you think of that?
Well, I liked that Amy and Lou went to her and apologized, said thank you, we appreciate you, and kind of mending what was a little bit broken there. So that was good.
Hmm. Well, I also like how Jack was the one to find, like really highlight that Lisa's a part
Yeah.
of the family. I do feel like they haven't. I mean, it's not like they've treated Lisa badly, but I feel like I don't think they've ever really fully welcomed her into the family. Well, I don't know if I should say that, but I just feel like there's always been still a little bit of like, not tension per se, but like not comfortable with her there. I mean, she's still kind of like an outsider in a way, even though they've been together for a long time. If you get what I'm saying, just so the fact that she's just there, happens to be there, is just like automatically handed over to them because she's been there in the past. But she has a whole business to run. Like, she's dealing with everything right now. So it's really good of Jack to step forward and
Hmm.
tell them that
Yeah.
Lisa can't be there for everything. Like, you're gonna have to cut her some slack. Like, like Lou shouldn't have gotten upset when Lisa couldn't had to leave,
Yeah.
because Lisa has her own work to do. Like, and like, I don't know, most of the time there's like someone on the ranch to watch. Like, normally most of the time it's Jack, but he was off doing stuff this episode. But because then we go over to this whole babysitting storyline with Katie, who's played by a new actress. I'm not sure if you noticed.
Hmm. Yeah.
And Parker from last season want to start babysitting. At first, Lou declines the proposal, but then with Rick's help, they make up a business proposal and they present it to Lou, and Lou accepts. So, kind of reminded me, I guess, of the Babysitters Club news show in a way, although very different because we're on Heartland. I mean,
Hmm.
it was a little bit. I thought it was a little bit cheesy, maybe, but I guess it was cute overall. What did you think?
Yeah, I like that scene with Rick. Rick's kind of funny. He has a certain interesting vibe to the show, and it was funny. I liked it.
Yeah.
So
Um, so that was cute. Just like a younger generation of Heartland, I guess, getting something. Hi, Chloe. um, and then, okay, so Caleb and Tim also have a plot line. Pretty much, Tim returns. I guess he's been away for like several months now, at least, because, he left to go get married, and Caleb's been running the rodeo school. He's really doing like a lot of like mental exercises with the kids, and Tim's not a big fan of that because he's very hands-on and wants to do things his way. Very, like Lou, they're both want things to go their way, but not really open to listening to other
yeah.
opinions. But it was. I feel like out of all the storylines, this one was probably my least favorite. I don't know why, but because I feel like it's such a repeat. I feel like we've seen this before so many times, of Tim not approving of Caleb's techniques, or him just not fully letting him in as a partner. But I guess it ended on a good note of like saying that they need to find a good balance between like not too hard on, but enough so the kids can learn.
Yep.
So what did you think of that
Yeah,
storyline?
I think it was ended up in a good way. At first Tim was kind of thinking maybe it's time for me to step back and let a younger generation take over. But Amy pointed out that, you know what, you guys need each other. You're a good balance for each other. So, and that's what they decided to do. So I think that's going to be good.
It's also a good way to keep Caleb on the show, I think,
Yeah.
because they're not really doing much like right now with this character. So it's nice to give him this thing with Tim.
Yeah.
Finally, we had this whole Jessica plotline going on. She wanted to sell her painting. She wanted to try to gain some identity, because I think she's been kind of feel like trapped at the Dude Ranch maybe a little bit ever since Tim her and Tim got married, like she hasn't been able to do much, and she wants to get start to do more things and like start to um, probably check off some more of her passions because we know that she had cancer. And I think that was like a time of her life that she wasn't able to complete some of these things. And I think she just wants to make up for lost time, I think. And she probably feels a little bit trapped at Heartland. So I think she wants to get out and like do stuff. So Lou's being kind of jealous here because she's not letting, she's kind of not the biggest fan of Jessica selling her paintings at Maggie's or outside. And then she gets shut down. Do you think Lou's the one who called that in, or do you think it just happened to be a coincidence?
I'm going to say it's a coincidence because that's what I hope for. But I mean, we do see a lot of jealousy coming from Lou.
I thought that for a second, like, did Lou call it in? That would have been not nice. You never know, but I think it was just a coincidence. And I do feel like you need to talk to someone like of the law, or you need to talk to someone, I feel like, to set those kind of things up. I don't think you can just do that, and then by the end she sets up after Lou tells her no, she just goes ahead and then sets up an art gallery or not necessarily an art gallery, but like sets up like her art at the Dude Ranch. And I thought that was cute just to see that, and Lou finally being okay with it. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it was interesting because I almost felt like Lou suggested this because she knew there was going to be no one there and it would be kind of a failure for Jessica. So she pulls up expecting it to be a failure, and it's quite the opposite. It's a huge success. So once again, we see Lou's jealousy come out. So
yeah, which is, I don't know, Lou kind of annoyed me this episode. I don't know about you.
She has moments where she does that a lot, seems like.
Yeah. But overall, good episode. I think I liked how they also got everyone in the story in some way. I mean, they brought Scott back. They had Caleb involved. They had Sam involved. Like, Tim was involved in Amy and Caleb's story. Jack and Lisa, Amy, and Lou. I feel like what they did really good is that they try to intertwine everyone's dynamics to make it seem more of a family show, because I feel like in recent seasons everything's been very separate, if you get what I'm saying. Like, everyone's in their separate storylines. Sure, they have like a family dinner, but that's it. And I feel like what I like this season is that they're intertwining everything and making it seem like a family show, especially that scene with Amy, Lou, and Lisa. I really liked.
It was good.
So any last thoughts you want to say before we close?
I enjoyed it once again.
Every week, we love it. It's one of our favorite shows. So, okay. So anyways, I want to thank everyone for watching the studio. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye, everyone.